Yellow duckies, and welcome back to Queen's Wish 2. My name's Viola. If you like what you see, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help the channel. So we are still here talking to Rasa Elha. Let's find out more about the Gentle Coast, even though we know quite a bit by this point. Of course, we are one of the 4 provinces of the Rokaj, the lowest one on the coast. We are the safest province, the wealthiest because of our ingenuity and hard work. Because of our prosperity, we are the envy of the other provinces. They're painfully jealous of us. What resources do you produce? Well, some food, some wood, not much in terms of raw materials. We produce trade. We produce knowledge. The other provinces dig up iron and chipstone, menial work. We control the ports, so we are the ones who turn it into wealth. This is the safest province. Of course, we have risen above the constant savagery and raids and clan warfare that plague the Highlands. We will be seen as a civilized people in the eyes of the outside world. The other provinces envy you? Of course they do. We are safer, more civilized, wealthier. In turn, they cling to their backwards ways. They constantly whine about us. They say we are not true to the ways of the row. False. Every row has a mountain within it. Us as much as all of them. Every row is a mountain? That is what we believe. Inside us, inside all of us, is gentle knowing, working, and deep truth. The balance of the 3 makes a row. As you travel, you should read our writings. Look around this hall. There are some books you might find illuminating. Are you true to the ways of the Rokaj? She sits up extra straight. I am absolutely true. There are moments where I fear I am the truest row. It is a great burden. I will carry it. What faults have they found with you? They think we are decadent. We don't fight enough. We don't waste enough of our time in squabbles and duels of honor and raiding. They don't see that their old world is past, and Haven brings a new, better way. Tell me about the other provinces. They are the Kranis Woods, the Lodaga, and the Hyalitha. You have to visit all of them for a full diplomatic tour, I am afraid. All of them have rebelled against Haven in the past. I'll pretend to be calm for now. Tell me about the Kranis Woods. Heavily forested region to the north and west. An enchanted land. Their forest has a natural magic in it, so they worship it, of course, in their backwards ways. A good source of wood, precious amber, and product of their iron mines. Tell me about the Lodaga. Rocky hills to the northeast. Builders, stoneworkers, clannish brutes, warped by the dry, rocky land they inhabit. A lot of the raiders who attacked you were from there. It is their way. Tell me about the Hyalitha. Ah, our highest peak, our hardiest people. It is a remote land, lightly populated. It is also a land of ghosts. The Lithans drink the quicksilver they mine to speak with their spirits. Sort of mad place. They see themselves as the judges of the Rokaj, the keepers of our true spirit. They look down on us, literally and metaphorically. Ooh, excuse me, guys. Tell me about the Rasas. We're the 4 leaders of the 4 provinces. Don't think of us as kings or queens, though. We don't have that much power. The Rokaj is a land of clans, fighting and joining and fighting again, an ancient, impossible tangle. Our main job is dealing with outsiders, settling the more difficult disputes between clans, and being moral leaders. We keep the deep truth when life makes it easy to forget. How did you become a Rasa? Oh, it is a process. The clans put forward their candidates. There's a long period of negotiation and argument. Occasionally, the Geld Nas is paid to rid us of a troublesome applicant. Finally, the clan leader ascends to Prova Krung to their final to have a final argument and select the new Rasas. Tell me about the clans. Some are tiny families, some are clumps of dozens of people. Some clans, like mine, are huge, sprawling affairs with hundreds of family members and histories that go back centuries. I'd like to know more about the other Rasas. I would rather not say. I do not like them. They do not like me. I could not give you an honest account. You'll meet them soon enough to carry out your mission. You mentioned deep truth. Ah, yes. The deep truth is what any Ro truly believes. When outsiders invade us, we store the true ways of our people in our hearts. We can say whatever we need to say to survive, as long as our deep truth is held within. So the Rakash will always lie to me. No, not always. When doing business, we speak plain. However, when talking to a Havenite, we may tend to say what you want to hear. Our true beliefs need to be a part thing. What is your deep truth? Oh, I am but kidding. The deep truth is a practice of the barbaric highlands. We of the Gentle Coast have been civilized by trade and commerce with the outside world. We don't need such elaborate mental games. You don't need a deep truth? No. We have power, wealth, and security. Hiding one's deep truth is a game for the weak. Down here, we're proud members of the Empire of Haven. We don't need to hide anything. But if you had a secret deep truth, isn't that what you would say to conceal it? Rasa Elha is startled, but only for a moment. Then she laughs. You learn fast, Princess. I think you have nothing to worry about when you talk to the other Rasas. Anything else? That's all I need. Rasa Elha rises. Then I wish you the best on your journeys. It's good that you are here. Good that this mission is taking place. In the end, Princess, you may save us foolish Ro from ourselves. Actually, let's need to talk about mission. No. Okay, so I think it was here that she was talking about her libraries. Oh my gosh. Okay. Outline of the vassalage contract. Da, 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 da. King Saba of Haven and Rasa Gorinan of the High Litha speaking for her land. Haven declares that the Rakaj is full vassal. So wait. The king and the Rasa of the High Litha came up with the vassalage? So why are they... Hmm. This is an old, thick tome bound in leather. You flip through it. It's record of magical and war research in the Rokaj collected by the Eurydico. Much of it is incomprehensible. A lot of it you already know. A bookmark indicates one battle technique. That's very interesting. You take some time to study it. You can now train the ability Shield Shatter. Okie dokie. Door. Beds. Book. One is a mount. The most important principle for understanding the Rokaj is that every person there sees his or her soul as a mountain. It has 3 elevations: the gentle base, the busy slopes, and the remote and untouchable peak. The base of the mountain is knowing. These gentle lands are where knowledge is stored. It is the most accessible level of the rose mind, where different ideas and principles are exchanged with others. The slopes are of the mountain are where working takes place. This is where the Roe plan their lives: hunting, building, crafting, fighting, raiding families, expanding. Working is influenced by knowing and deep truth, but it only cares about safety and survival. The peak of the mountain is deep truth, where a Roe keeps their deeply held principles. This is the most remote part of the mind. The deep truth is kept hidden from invaders and oppressors. Haven can force a Roe to say its truth, but the deep truth remains safely hidden within, forever untouched. Okay. Door. Chest. Oh, not taking anything. Not stealing. Alrighty. Let's down here. Drunken Dagon. Every proper city in your empire has an inn. Havens, soldiers, merchants, and officials constantly roam your vassals. They need safe places to eat and sleep. Somewhere in the smoky hall, you're sure to find a bed where you can rest. Ooh. It's a middle-aged woman sitting alone in the side room of the inn. She slowly eats stew and sips steaming herbal-smelling liquid from a pewter mug. When you enter, she looks you up and down, coldly analyzing you. Then she motions for you to join her. I am Manjaya. I am from the Hylitha. I would speak with you. It may profit us both. I need to meet with the Rasa of the Hylitha. Then you should go to the Hylitha. Tell me about the Hylitha. The highest province in the Rokaj. We live in the icy, rocky peaks. You wait for more, and you get a lot of silence in return. You note that her garb is thick and warm, but ragged and stained. You suspect that her tunic has been passed down from generation to generation. That is not a lot of detail. We are high, and we see much. We keep the old ways of the Rokaj. When we start to go astray, the ghosts correct us. Sometimes we are asked to provide judgment. Judgment? What do you think of the gentle coast? She looks through the arch of the wealthy coast folk, sipping imported wine, comparing their stylish weapons and armor, and generally laughing and having a good time. She shrugs. We have not been asked to judge them, so we don't. Ghosts? Yes. What do you think of Haven? You are the reality. We must bend ourselves around you. That's an interesting way of looking at things. Why are you in Lascara? I come to trade. The Hylitha produces quicksilver. That which we don't use ourselves, we trade here. How do you get quicksilver? We dig the cinnabar out of the stone. The high mountains is where it is found. Then it is cooked to get the quicksilver. A little of the cooking takes place high up. Most happens in our claims in the gentle coast. The fuel we need is here. What do you use quicksilver for? It can be made into potions. Drinking the potions can bring clarity. See the world in a new way. Talk to the shades that guide us. I could use some quicksilver. Yes, Haven needs it. Much of the Roe's new wealth comes from the rocks. Rocks dug up by the humble folk of the Hylitha. I can give you the quicksilver you need if you help us. My clan has a claim in the Gentle Coast. There the quicksilver is brought from the rocks. The claim has ghosts. They keep us from working. Free our claim, and you will be paid. Where is this workshop? I've already been there. The claim has ghosts. What should I do about them? There are Hylithians there. They can tell you more, based on your experience with Ajaya. Talking to them should be an absolute treat. Okay, well, there's that. A traitor. There's a wiry, angry man with bronze skin standing in the middle of the inn. He is drunk and shouting. The other patrons, all locals, are doing their best to ignore him. The gentle coast is full of weaklings, he shouts. Useless weapons and no spines, always licking the shoes of Haven. He continues his rant. At one point he says, I am a Mista, a proud stonecutter of the Lodaga, and I won't bow to anyone, Haven or Roe. And he notices you. Listen quietly. He looks you boldly in the eye, then he grins. Much to the relief of the other patron, he walks to a chair and sits opposite you. Have a seat, Haven. Drink some nice, thick, fermented milk. Enjoy the row until you abandon us again. You seem pretty angry. The Lodaga is an angry place. The rock and the winds bring it out of us. Some of us even become raiders, roaming the gentle coast and making big mistakes. Not me. I shouldn't be angry now, but these folks, their useless arms and armor, it brings the shouting out. What do you think of the gentle coast? They're rich and weak, with their quivering men and their domineering women. They do our trading for us. They take too much money, and they think they're better. Come to the Highlands, Haven. Come see the real Row. Useless arms and armor? Look at them. They know they aren't Row anymore. They know the spirit of the Rokaj doesn't live in them, so they spend too much money on blades they never use, on armor that wouldn't even block a good punch. They're even led by a woman. Granted, I hear she learned magic from the Erdiko. I have to respect that. But still, what do you think of Haven? Well, you're bigger, stronger, so you get to control us for now. But us, Row, we know how to watch. We know how to wait. Why do you speak so freely to me? I've never been much for the traditions. I'm too loud for for gentle knowing, too much of a drinker for working, and too honest for deep truth. That's why I'm a traitor. Lodaga had to be rid of me sometimes to be able to stand me. Honest people die in the Rokaj. Good to know, good to know. Beds. We don't need beds right now. We died not too long ago, so now we don't need beds. As bad as that sounds. Right, and what is... Oh, Erdiko. Oh boy. Sign outside said that this building was for the Erdiko. Looking around at the arcane machinery and materials in this room, you know now what that means. Mages. They're everywhere, practicing their strange arts and engaging in mad experiments. As expected, the Erdiko are like mages everywhere, except they approach their art in the way of the Rokaj, with limitless enthusiasm, no self-reflection, and non-existent safety procedures. One of the researchers, sages, and wizards here, most of the researchers, sages, and wizards here avoid you. You suspect that the Erdiko are not a social bunch, and dealing with royalty is not in their skill set. Skill set. Yes. The oldest among them, happily, shows a sense of hospitality. He approaches you wearing his leaf-stained robes. Ah, a Havenite. Haven has not honored the Eurydico with a visit in a long time. I am Crafter Holmes of the Gentle Coast. I will be polite to you. Tell me about the Eurydico. We are the learners of the Rakash. We study magic. We watch the stars. We expand science. We bring power to the warriors. Alas, we are in decline. We can show you how we are, but not how we were. You can teach me new powers? Eurydico do expand the arts of war, but that work mainly takes place in our main tower on the Pilgrimage Road. We do have a book on the arts of war in Lascara. You can read it in the Ross's Hall. Okay, we already read that. What is science? It's the study of the ways of the world when not touched by magic. How they move, stay still, live, die. It is an obscure field of study, but we trade letters with other vassals. Science? How odd. There's nothing of this in your studies back in Sharon's palace. Typical Rakash eccentricities. No? How are you in decline? The Eurydico has been a refuge for the more thoughtful young roe since recorded history. However, we decline when outside oppressors conquer us. In those times, we feed on the ideas of others instead of making them ourselves. Some of the roe want to drive us out. So I have heard. I do not approve. The Eurydico is my life, but war is bad, and I would prefer it is avoided. Another question. Where's the main outpost of the Eurydico? The Tower of the Eurydico is north of here, resting on the Pilgrimage Road. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble with that word, guys. They would be highly honored if you visited. They are masters of all sorts of craft, even some unknown outside of our land. I'm sure that they would love to show off. What sort of craft do they do? The Rokaj produces many materials with innate magical properties. Amber, crystal, quicksilver, and deep metal. This, combined with secrets we have learned, can be used to expand knowledge and create powerful tools of war. You say that you gain knowledge here. In a small way. We mostly absorb knowledge brought in through the docks, evaluate it, and pass it on. This is a small and humble outpost. We also send out scavengers to look for knowledge that has been lost. With all our raids and war, lots of things get lost in the chaos. Any particular lost knowledge you're looking for? What a fortunate coincidence that you asked. I have been sending scavengers to some old Eurydico ruins in the east. We've been trying to recover old writings from there for some time. Look for intact books in the ruined library. We offer a bounty for them, precious lore of our own, that might be of great value. Where are the Eurydico ruins? Easternmost reaches of the Gentle Coast. Go north, then east across 2 rivers. Then look for the Deadland. Why were these ruins abandoned? Not enough Eurydico to study there. They were left behind a century and a half ago. Our learned students were leaving to study in Haven instead of work here. What sort of dangers might I find there? Alas, Eurydico towers are often abandoned in haste. A few pests might have been left behind. Others might have snuck in, attracted by the raw magic left behind. Just pests, though. Nothing that can threaten you. That's all for now. Okay. So we found a few side quests. Why are there... What the... Young scholar standing at this table, poking at an old crumbling text. He seems calm at first, then you see the slight tremble in his hands. He says in a very soft voice, I am Eris. I only need a moment. What is that book? I'm not sure. It was here when I got here. What did you want to say? Eurydico needs to talk to an outsider. It's hard to say. I have a message. And the message is, Irid Falas and the Tower of the Iridico, the heart of our order. He, to know one's enemy is to know oneself. Very profound, I guess. No, that is what you are to say to him. Let him know I talked to you. Sorry, I'm very new at all this. Also, I don't want to be killed. Killed by whom? Best killers of the row. I am so exposed out here. So it is a passphrase. Yes. To know one's enemy is to know oneself. I saw you arrive. I know you are the one to choose. Say the passphrase to Fa'alis, and he'll know too. If I get the chance, I'll talk to Fa'alis. I thank you. It will be worth your time. Good for Haven too. That is all I have to say. I will be gone soon. Alive, I hope. Please go. Secret chest! Okay. Well. That's all for this port. So, go ahead and head back out. Leave the city of Naskara. Permission to explore the road cache easily secured. Now you can wander the road much easier. You can now fast travel on the world map. Okay, so that means I'll be able to actually investigate things a little easier, but an uneven path leads through the woods to a small mining camp set in the cliff wall. Forest grows eerily quiet. Patches of the grass are scorched. Pools of sticky slime ooze out of the ground. At the corner area, you would swear that sometimes the trees move. Oh, this is going up into the forest, isn't it? Ah, this is the claim. Oh boy. Rootlings? Rootling. Okay then. Oh. Wow. Nope. We leveled. And then we can this. Ta-da! Alright, so this is the claim of the Kranas Woods. Signed by the gravel path says iron mine claimed by Kranas. The ground is dusty and bare, and ore has been piled by the side of the path. Breeze blows dust in your eyes. Not far ahead, you can see an encampment. Row are working around a campfire, sorting through piles of jumbled, damaged equipment. When they see you, they shrug and return to their work. You sense that something has gone wrong here, and recently. You reach the camp and get a good look at the miners. They are young row with calloused hands and worn leather jerkins. Most of them ignore you. One woman sitting by a fire watches you quietly. From here you can see why they are all out there. Their homes and workshops were to the northeast. Then sinkholes opened up underneath them. The buildings were either damaged beyond repair or swallowed by the earth. Oddly, you can see patches of green grass to the northeast, even a few trees. An infection of life cut through this dead earth. Okay, so obviously the woman by the fire is in charge. There's a group of miners milling about this fire, looking for equipment to salvage. Their leader is a young woman in a rough leather jerkin. She, like all of her miners, is armed. Worn serious weapons, not the ceremonial stuff the Gentle Coast uses. When you approach, the workers debate whether to welcome you. Finally, she says, might as well talk to them. Things can't be worse. She approaches you. I am Dinara of the Cranus Woods. This mine is our claim, even if it is a disaster. You are from the Cranus Woods? I am. That is where my clan is. We take turns being forced to work in the Gentle Coast. One of the miners spits in the dirt. We have to tend to our claim, despite the sickness. Sickness? Look around you. You will see. You don't care for the Gentle Coast. It's a land of weaklings. They are not bad people, I suppose. They are not row. How did you get this claim? We bought it 3 years ago. Some coasters had a large claim here. Our scouts saw there was iron. We gave them a fair offer. They took it. We did not even have to threaten a raid. Maybe they knew that the roots were coming. Maybe this was a good trick on us. Tell me about the Cranus Woods. It is to the northwest. Our forest is full of power. It protects us and gives us our duty. Even though it is sick, it was a pain to leave it for this dusty earth. Then the sickness followed us. Seems like you have had some problems here. Yes, the sickness in the woods came here after us. This is a good claim. It has many years in it. The roots are taking it from us. Our buildings are lost to a sinkhole. The ground fell under them. Why did the ground cave in? The hateful roots dug it away. They are reclaiming the land and making it green. It's not even... But it is not caring like our woods. It wants to kill. It is the spread of our curse. Curse spreads? Outsiders have disrupted the Cranus Woods. It has happened before. The curse awakened, and it devours. Go to our home. It will see what you did. Maybe I can help with your curse. Miners, I have a brief, quiet, intense discussion. Dinara returns. You may enter the mine if you wish. You invaders helped bring the curse. Maybe you can find a way to cut it out. Okay. Let's take a peek here. Let's see what we can do. Oh boy. Get close to the pit. They cut straight down through the earth, slicing through the tunnels of the mine. The mine hasn't been here for very long. Much of the road work had been reduced to ruins. In places, the dusty ground is spotty with lush, sweet-smelling grass. Happily, the ground here seems to be stable. You probably won't be eaten by the earth if you proceed. It's debatable. You walk out onto the lawn. A few trees protect you with welcome shade. The trees are mature, but they must have sprouted only recently. Some enchantments help them rapidly grow and flourish. It is not beneficial magic, though. The ground shakes. The roots of the trees shift rapidly under the earth, growing at an insane rate, shooting out of the ground. The roots break off, twist into morbid parodies of human forms, and lurch towards you. Oh, lovely. Okay. Oh. There we go. Right, so I guess the mine is the other way. And we will investigate this mine next episode. So thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell icon to keep up to date on all the videos, and remember to free the feral wildflower in you. Bye bye!